Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Gabe Pyle, the Program Director for the Industrial and Innovative Design Program here at the International Center for Creativity. I'm here with another grad interview. Steve Lewis is one of the early grads of our program. I'm here to ask him many of the questions that I've been asking previous grads, but as always, his answers are going to be so different. His story is so different. I'm so excited to dive into his story. So with that, enough from me, Steve. We want to hear from you. So first, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, what year you graduated, and tell us a little bit about what you do now?
Let's see. From Ohio. Spent the first 22 years of my life there. I went to Cedarville. Didn't know what industrial design was until I
Hmm.
got there because they were just starting that program. And then when I got there, that was clearly what I wanted to do. So I think I was the third class that went through there.
Yes, I think
Uh,
so. I was the first. There was another class between us, and you were the third.
yeah, and we were the record class at that time, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
were 15 of us, and it was awesome. We graduated in 2014.
Yes.
I think it
Yeah, your
was.
class is actually the reason that, or one of the reasons that I got hired, because I was in the very first graduating class, a class of three, and there was a
Uh-huh.
class of four after that, and then your class of, do you remember the count?
I think it
I
was
can't remember.
15. I think there were 15 of
15,
us.
yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
there were 15 of you. And so the instructors of the ICC said, "Hey, Gabe, we we need some more instructors. You want to stick around?" And so they, after I graduated, they allowed me to stick around, and I helped out in the classroom. So I wasn't
Hmm.
officially Steve's professor because I was not an instructor at that time, but I was helping out in the classroom. I'll say real quick, the we have always told our current juniors that they get to be better than our current seniors.
Hmm.
And we've seen year after year classes getting better and better and better. And that was most obvious in the 3 years from when I was a senior to when Steve was a senior, because we had nothing to compare ourselves to. The three of
Zero.
us did our best. And it was still good work. I'm proud of the work that we did. But the year after us, they did better. But then the year after that, like Steve's class, the class of 2014, you rocked it. You all really set the standard for what everything else could look like. And we still reference a lot of things that your class did.
Uh-huh.
So class of 2014, yeah, that's
Hmm.
where we stopped. I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. Where'd you go after that?
After that, I went to Sterilite out in Massachusetts, which is plastic storage and housewares manufacturer, and that was awesome. That was my first internship, first full-time job for 5 years. Um, then I married my wife during that time, fellow ICC graduate.
Hmm.
Uh, and then we went out to Oregon because she had gotten a job out there, and it was a good opportunity for me to grow as well and get out of what I was doing. So moved out there, worked at Nike for a bit as a contractor and material designer, and that was awesome. Super loved it. And then when COVID happened, all the contractors got let go, and I moved on to Cinco Design, which was a design firm I knew about before going out there. Some of my like people I looked at in design when I was in college had worked there, so I already knew about it and had been in contact with them. And then I got to work there a year after I had left Nike, and that's where I am now, and it's awesome. And from there, I still work there in Oregon, but we moved out to Maine a couple years ago because East Coast is better, in my opinion, than the West Coast. So we're happy to be here, have a couple kids, and started a good family and working away.
From Sterilite to Nike to Cinco. Did I miss any steps?
Freelancing in between to pay
Oh,
the bills.
yes, yeah, but that's the designer's way, is
Uh-huh.
just to, pick up little odd jobs along the
Yep.
way. So could you tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you're working on, either currently or some of the interesting projects that you worked on while you were at Sterilite or at Nike?
Sure. Like the first product I ever designed was this like shower caddy,
Mm-hmm.
which was really a fun project to do and super simple, like overall, and it's no longer sold. I think it lasted 1 or 2 years at market, and then they canceled that, but it was really fun and a great learning experience for me.
Yeah.
And at Sterilite, you see these other products here, waste baskets and laundry baskets and storage bins. Over a period of 5 years, that was not my dream industrial design work. Like making boxes was
Yeah.
the whole thing. But it was a great first job after college.
Mm.
Like incredible, and I'm so happy they gave me the opportunity to do it because I didn't know a lot coming out. Uh, a lot of the things that Sterilite was able to teach me, and I wrote some of those down there. Was how to simplify things,
Hmm.
make sure like not everything has to be larger than life or the most innovative thing in the world. Sometimes like just simplifying things down to its essence
Yeah.
and making sure all the details are right. Because when you're designing a box, all you have are details. Like what's the corner like? What is the rim like? Uh, how are the handles shaped? Why does that look old? Why does that look modern when it's just a simple arc or a simple
Yeah.
flat? So getting into those surface details, it was really cool and necessary for products like Sterilite. And also like what manufacturing actually means, like designed to actually manufacture a lot of them. Like these would pop off the line every 5 seconds.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
one, there would be millions of this thing I had made. So it had to be right. Everything had to be correct and had to be made to not only be moldable, but packaged and shipped and all these really cool things that I'd never thought about before.
Yeah.
And it was cool to be able to learn in an environment that was a lot of simple products, or at least straightforward products.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. And I think like as it comes to like cool projects or fun projects for like Sterilite, the middle thing, this laundry basket here was really fun because it
Yeah.
was doing like a divided laundry basket because we were really thinking like how how big this laundry basket needs to be because you divide it into colors and lights or however you divide your
Uh,
laundry. And it was this really cool, innovative, not on the market idea,
yeah.
and only lasted like 1 or 2 years in the market because most people want really simple laundry solutions, a big basket. Uh, there, so this was like a really cool project, but didn't actually work that great once you got there. But then like a
Hmm.
really uncool project is something like in this top right, where all I did was make a pattern,
Yeah.
and that pattern has survived now almost 10 years and is
Wow.
on all products, like so many different ones. And it's the difference between being like a really interesting project and a really useful project. Because the whole
Yeah.
point of that pattern was to reduce cost and weight.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do that in a really non, no one's going to hate this pattern? Like
Yes, exactly.
it's
Yeah.
going to be very good. Like it's going to stand out on the shelf. It's going to save us money and it's going to work. So that was a fun segment of life at Sterilite.
Yeah.
Uh, and then like getting out of Sterilite was like I wanted to grow as a designer and do more interesting, at least interesting to me, type of design work. And when I started shopping around or looking at places I wanted to go, I wasn't ready, or I was told I wasn't ready
Hmm.
by people I would meet with. Uh, and that was really hard for me to hear as like a now 5 year, I think I was doing 4 or 5 years of professional design work at the time. And
Yeah.
my skills just weren't good enough at the time. Like I hadn't been pushed or pushing myself to certain points. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a cool way. It was a good time to do something new and actually to push myself and do some personal projects
Yeah.
at the time, which was really, it was hard to do, but it was worth it. And then when my wife got the job out in Oregon, it was a good time to like, all right, I'll stop doing what I'm doing, give myself a chance to do something new.
Yeah.
And that's when I moved on to Nike,
Wow.
which was a total, an absolute answer to prayer and a dream come true for me as a basketball and uh, sports guy. Like
Yeah.
working at Nike was always a dream. So this was really cool because, and Caitlin worked there, so I had an in, and being able to go in as and do something totally new. Like I think the difference between these two things
Mm-hmm.
is really cool. Like
Yeah.
what you can do with industrial design is really different.
Yes.
And at Nike, I wasn't a footwear designer, I was a material designer.
Mm.
Same as actually what my wife did,
Yeah.
um, which was so all these shoes I'm showing, I did the materials. We worked as like a footwear team. We had the footwear designer, the color designer, and the material designer. And I was doing the materials for all these things, which was something totally not in my lane. I At Sterilite, all we had was polypropylene and polyethylene. We had two materials to choose from, and they were usually just chosen for us. So
Okay.
doing a totally different way to think and to apply design was bananas and very difficult for me because I thought I was getting into details with the Sterilite stuff, but these were
Mm-hmm.
entirely new sorts of details and
Yeah.
sorts of manufacturing of with the differences between different styles of weaves and different knits and how finishing happens on synthetics and leathers, where to tell a story and where it just needs to be function.
Hmm.
Because some things, like when I was in at being a contractor, I got to move to a bunch of different categories: kids, basketball, and women's. So in basketball, for the most part, it was straight function. How are these going to function on court? How does it how does it wear? How does it breathe? All these really functional aspects, and then you layered story on top of it. But then in when we moved to women's, it was all story, all aesthetic for the most part.
Wow. Okay.
Um, what are the textures? What are the what is the luxury feeling of this material? How can we get that for a cheaper price? Or something like this charm pack that we did for the
Yeah.
Air Force One. How do the charms attach? What are the charms? Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Uh, just it was being able to think a little broader than I had and a little more abstractly. And, and I wrote down how to think for user and benefit, being like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
who's for the Sterilite stuff, it was the user was almost everybody. Everybody's using this.
Yeah.
So how it's the baseline. But for Nike, you got to be a lot more specific. What is the athlete function for this? Or
Yeah.
what is the what girl is buying this shoe and why does she choose this one? Because it's all
Mm-hmm.
style, preference, and aesthetics. And then how to tell a story. Why does this matter? Why
Yeah.
would you care? Uh, why does this one get picked off the shelf as regards to all the other ones?
Hmm.
Yeah, so this was a really cool. It was short, just over a year and a half, or just over a year, but it was definitely a very transformative in my design work and a really fun time. I think that one of the coolest projects I had at Nike was working on these GT cuts, which was
Okay.
a new thought at the time, where how the basketball team was designing shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really fun to design materials for that shoe in particular because they were trying to be very forward thinking with it. So
Yeah.
it was cool to get
Are
the
you
details.
are you permitted to tell us what the innovation was in these shoes that they were
The
trying to?
innovation mostly came from the the tooling. So the designer
Okay.
using I think it was Zoom X, or I forget what the tooling was on the bottom. But as far as materials goes, there was a really cool the knit pattern that's
Oh
going
yeah.
on
Yeah.
here
Mm-hmm.
was really breathable but yet really strong.
Yeah.
The way it twisted um, in and out was really interesting and strong.
So were you able to do you own any of the shoes that you worked on? Like, do you wear them? I know,
Oh,
but probably not the women's shoes that you designed.
no, I didn't. I don't think I own any of these shoes.
Just not your taste, or it didn't come up?
When they come out 2 years later,
Oh yeah.
it's like you're on to the next one, and you don't often just get free ones. Like,
Yeah, sure.
uh,
Yeah.
so you're often just thinking about other things.
Yeah, I didn't think about the timeline. So is it that you are not interested in the shoe, or is it that you are sick of looking at the shoe by the time it comes
Both in a way.
out?
Yeah, you're like, oh, that one feels old now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I okay, yeah. So I think that's a totally fair reason
Mhm.
to not own any of your shoes. Um, okay, so I'm continuing to write stuff down because you have so many good things to say. The difference between where to tell a story and where to just put function. I think that is another excellent dichotomy of what design can be. Sometimes it just got to work, and if once it works, that's the priority, and you can add some flair on top of that, some story.
Mhm.
But sometimes you have a little bit more freedom to tell a story, and I think that's something that students are going to want to. It's going to be helpful for students to understand where they're falling, because we have students that are very mechanically minded and they're not interested in story at all. They just want
Mhm.
to make something that works and looks good. But then we also have students that are like, yeah, I want to make something look amazing, but they have to understand that it has to also function. So
Uh,
that's good. Steve, you're teaching me so much. I'm writing stuff down here. This is excellent.
Thank you.
Anything else to say about Nike before if you have anything from your current job you can show us?
I don't think I have anything else from Nike. Uh,
Yeah.
no, it was a
Yeah.
short time, but a fun one.
Well, yeah. Well, it seems like you had a blast. But tell us a little bit more about Cinco.
So Cinco was a cool culmination of the work I did at Sterilite and the work I did at Nike.
Yeah.
Uh, just because like we're a brand studio that does product work, and being able to understand what brands need, like,
Hmm.
was was really cool and a good learning experience. But I got to do that a lot at Nike, just being a part of a big brand that where the brand matters so much. So just applying
Yeah.
that to a bunch of different brands was really fun. And Cinco, we get to do a lot of like action sports stuff, like uh, helmets and knives and watches, uh, goggles, just all sorts of fun things, and they all require a little bit different mindset,
Yeah.
uh, different ways to manufacture, different ways to sketch or do CAD,
Hmm.
uh, and the amount of skills you need at doing all this work is so varied, like
Yeah.
from sketching to doing CAD work to telling a story to being strategic, because you're working on a bunch of different lines of product, and how that slots into a line is really fun, and how to communicate is because you're communicating with different brands and they all think differently, and
Oh yeah.
you can design a cool product, but maybe they don't care about how cool it is, and they're like,
Mm.
beneath the hood? Or maybe they're like, that just looks lame, and you got like, well, you have to explain more. You have to be nimble and
Hmm.
really pointed in how you're talking to different people. All right, they need to know this stuff. They don't care about this. They need to know these
Yeah.
other things. And knowing your audience is really important.
Yes.
Uh, and the cool thing is, especially at Nike and at Cinco, working with people that are better than you is
Hmm.
really fun, and it pushes you to be better and to improve even a decade or so in. Uh, oh, this person is way better at me at this. I need
Yeah.
to. How do I get better at that? or I'm never going to be that good at that bit, but I think this way. Like maybe sketching isn't my strong suit, but I'm
Yeah.
much better at CAD. How do I use that or push that skill to be more of the way I communicate rather than just straight up sketching and still be just as efficient or uh, as somebody else?
Some cool stuff here. Nice
Thanks.
job.
Yeah, the highlights here would be like this helmet in the top left, the Fox Speed Frame that came out I think last year was a really fun helmet to design and work with a really cool engineering team at Fox because you're no better than your partners. So being able to work with those cool people and design something that really functions because it's a helmet and is just straight up cool for the mountain biking community is awesome. And then you have like silly things like this watch for Nixon, which is a Nirvana collab that they did.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was just fun to push it to be like, it's just a logo on a watch. But the way that we were able to mold a case shape to be the logo was fun in a different way and kind of pushed the manufacturing where they weren't planning on taking it. So that was really cool. And then there's products like this James Brand knife that use just basically what I did at Nike. It's all I did. I didn't do the design of that knife, but I did the material that went in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why is that cool? And why are gonna people care about this? Is actually a wool material that goes in that knife.
Okay. You're going to have to explain a little bit more about that now.
It's called Solid Wool.
Yeah.
And then it's some company in Europe creates like a resin out of wool,
Yeah.
and then use that as the body of the knife.
And other than being cool and unexpected, what are the benefits of this material, especially for a handled knife?
It's cool.
Cool. Okay, yeah, it's like the wedding bands you can get that have like meteorite inside of it, or dinosaur bone. It's like, yeah, it's a cool thing.
It's cool. It's cool that it's numbered a certain amount of pieces. Everyone's different because wool is different from fleece to fleece. So everyone is inherently different because it's a natural material.
Yeah.
Its sustainability goals because it's a natural material. It does a lot of things for the brand.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Steve, that's some really, really cool work. Thanks for showing us the stuff that you've done so far. You mentioned the different skills that you're using at Cinco, sketching, CAD. And as soon as you say CAD, I'm curious, what programs are you using in your day-to-day to either create ideas, to develop ideas, or to communicate your ideas to your clients?
We are CAD-wise, we're SolidWorks. We use SolidWorks.
Yeah.
But I haven't touched SolidWorks in months just because I've been on different projects, and I've gotten into Blender after kicking and screaming for a lot of years, not wanting to use it.
Yeah.
I finally downloaded it last year and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. So I've been using that as like a sketching way to sketch in 3D.
Interesting.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
And was able to use it for a project that was just a straight up CAD project.
Yeah.
So it was a quick way to do it that this doesn't need to be manufactured, just needs to look good for a render.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I can do that really fast.
Yeah.
Blender.
Yeah, because for those listening at home, Blender is not a CAD program that you can send to the manufacturer. Like, it doesn't do that kind of modeling, at least not yet. They keep adding updates to it. But yeah, Blender it seems like you can do almost everything else in Blender, and it's free. So take advantage.
It's free.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Because I got into Moto when I was at Nike, and then Moto went defunct. So I went for Blender.
Yeah.
Which was the same sort of modeling, just different program.
And when you're sketching on paper, taking photos of that?
I never sketched on paper.
Yeah.
I Photoshop sketch.
Photoshop, yep.
Mm-hmm.
On a Wacom tablet, or do you have a tablet on the side?
I got a Wacom tablet.
Okay, yeah. Those are rockets. Those are pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm not a good paper sketcher. And not how I think. I was like uh, the ICC's was it the Merit Award thing?
Student Merit Awards, yeah.
Merit Award. I was that guy
Yeah,
for the ICC when I was there,
you
and
sure were.
I had a project for a screwdriver that I showed, and it was a team project, so I had other people's sketches on
Hmm.
there. Derek Ogle was a phenomenal drawer in our class,
He sure was. Yeah,
and like
that
I
was
had
a
that,
skill of his.
and people complimented me on that sketch, and it was like the only sketch in that project that wasn't mine. I was like, I gotta get better at that. Like, I'm not
Yes,
that
yeah,
good at that.
yeah, and that goes exactly back to what I had said before. Like you had skill, but you saw someone, and you were like, hey, I want to get better, and you
Yeah,
just
I
chased
gotta
that.
get better at that.
Yeah. If you were reviewing a portfolio of a grad, or if you're reviewing a portfolio of someone who is hoping to get into your industry, what about your interactions with them would signal that they're a candidate?
Yeah. Portfolio wise, uh, show off a skill that you're really good at and highlight that skill. If you're
Hmm.
really good at something, push it and show it. You don't have to be good at everything, but
Yeah.
make sure you're highlighting what you're good at and show your thinking behind it. Like, and those can be really dirty. Like, our thinking sketches are really embarrassing. Like, they're
Hmm.
not clean or pretty, and those are my favorite to look at.
Yeah.
Do you have a napkin sketch that just shows the idea? Great.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I love it. Uh, so that in just looking at a portfolio, is there a skill that stands out on the page that shows
Hmm.
you can contribute, and can you think?
Yeah.
Um, that'd be what I'd be looking for. And it is really hard to just have a portfolio cold and get a job or get something from that.
Yeah.
Every job that I've had, I've met multiple people, or I've had a reason to be there beyond just I'm good
Hmm.
or my work is good.
Yeah.
Uh, for Sterilite, I got in because one, I created a project. Oh gosh, dang, I hate when it does that.
I hate that too.
uh, like I made a project specifically for Sterilite to put in my portfolio. So it was
Yeah.
pointed,
Okay.
first of all. And
Yeah.
then I had Caitlin lived like 5 minutes from the headquarters.
Uh huh.
So it was like I had this story to get there. Nike, I had Caitlin as an in already.
Yeah.
I made a Nike specific project to do it and then talk to people in there
Hmm.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Sterilite, or not Sterilite, Cinco,
Cinco. Yeah.
I met probably, I just cold emailed every design firm in Portland and just worked my way around, talked to this guy. They sent me to somebody else. They sent me to somebody else.
Hmm.
And being personable enough in those talks gets you the next one.
Hmm.
The importance of people is way more important than your work.
Yeah.
Like, you're working with people, uh, whether that's a client or your team. So unless you're just the most knock dead designer and you have the most incredible portfolio ever, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
You got to be uh, good to work with, ask good, thoughtful questions, and
Hmm.
listen.
Yeah.
And then show that you listened. Like, follow up and be like, not just like, I heard this, thank you. Like, if it was a portfolio review, send them the edited portfolio
Yeah.
afterwards. That's my favorite way to do it. Like, could you check out my portfolio? Let's meet. All right, now I can edit it.
Yeah.
Let's work.
Yeah. And sometimes you send that second portfolio not with the expectation that it's going to lead anywhere, but just to say, hey, I appreciate the time you spent helping me improve my portfolio. I just wanted you to see it made a difference. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a way to show gratitude, even, is
Yeah.
to send that portfolio back and say, I made the changes you suggested because
Yeah.
you know better than me, because you saw something that I didn't, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all stuff that, yeah, sorry, go for it.
The first time I talked to Cinco, was a year and a half before I worked at Cinco.
Wow.
So just the time that it takes between the right opening,
Mm-hmm.
because you might be good enough, you might be the perfect fit, but there's just no fit to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
patience.
So I'm hearing a couple things from you. One, you took a job, an internship, and then a job at Sterilite, which you have already said was not your dream industrial design job, but it seemed like it was a good job.
Oh,
And
incredible.
and also you are where you're working now, which seems like you love what you're doing and you're making really
Oh,
cool
I
stuff.
absolutely love it.
It was a slow burn. It wasn't you saw an opening and you were able to get that job immediately. So you have to keep those connections warm. And the reason I'm spelling this out is because, and other grads have said this in their interviews, the first job you take is not going to be your dream job. Most likely you're not going to get
Most
that
likely.
first incredible job.
Uh,
Every once in a while someone gets lucky. But yeah, learn from where you're at and keep the connections warm. And invest in people. Be a good person as well, so that people want to work with you. It's doesn't matter how good you are. It's how much people actually want to spend time with you.
Yes, I remember hating that in college, like
Yeah.
seeing the people that worked the room and being like, "Oh, I hate. Look at my work. Like my
Yes,
work's really better. Why are they getting the jobs
Yeah.
when I'm
It's
better?"
because they made people feel good.
It made people feel good, and they know who they are. They have no
Yes.
idea who I am.
Yeah.
Why would they hire me?
Uh-huh.
They don't know me.
Well, it seems like whatever you figured out, you put the time in and it's working for you. You're in a great spot, Steve. I'm super proud of you. It's awesome to see the work you've done and the life that you have created for yourself with Caitlin, the lives that you've created as
I
well.
have created nothing for myself. God has created all this.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, and I appreciate that as well. That you let him lead you and Caitlin across the country a couple times to where you're at now, and wherever you're going to go next. I'm excited to see it. I do want to ask you one last question. If you had any final parting wisdom to these students, future students, current students, what might that parting wisdom be?
I think I covered it already, but I'll reiterate.
Yeah.
Work with people, be a people person, or
Mhm.
at least be communicative
Yeah.
to people. And compare yourself, be honest with yourself and compare yourself to others, not in a way to like beat yourself down, but to get better. Like see where you lack and push it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the best at everything, but push for it.
Yeah. Be the best you can be at the thing you're going to be really good at. That's great. Well, Steve, I appreciate the time. You had so many great things to say. I took so many notes. I hope that the students watching this are able to get as much out of this as I got out of it. Steve, once again, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. It was great talking to you.
Thanks, Gabe. You too.